You did goody. All right. I want to share. I'll just show you. So I went to this meeting tonight from the group. A public meeting that was widely spread. Here we go. I communicated with the director of this talk after they were apparently didn't like the video being exposed last time. Anyways, many of you know, in fact, I posted the email on my Facebook that said that I was now allowed to record. Do you want to hold this for me? And, all right. There's the camera. There's that. I was all set up. Meeting starting to begin. Some chick, what they say, Celia or something? Something. And then Annette, the same person I communicated with, told me that, oh, thank you for bringing your stuff, but we're not going to be needing it. The meeting's already being recorded. Okay. Okay. Didn't we communicate about this? So I'm showing you that so you know that we were there. All right. Just because I'm used to people making up their own stories. So, yeah, I recorded a little video right there outside, but I wanted to get home and post stuff. So if you watch the fire videos I posted last week, the first one is the whole thing. The second one, I talked for maybe like 4 minutes or something before it started, explaining how I got the video, why I got the video, and why I'm posting it. Since then, they sent me an email. By the way, check the video description. There's a link, and you'll be able to see the emails with your own eyes. But she sent an email back saying, you know, after I said, fine, I'll never videotape. Take care. Didn't think I'd hear for them. And so the email, okay, we reached a compromise. You can audio tape the talk on the 8th with Dr. Shepard. You cannot tape anyone else. Da-da-da-da-da. I hope this works for you. And this is on the website, so go see it for yourself. But she also mentioned, I've been reading the hundreds of comments on glyphosate-related subjects on Facebook, particularly the comments from lawyers' ads. So many people still need to be convinced. An equal number are so very uninformed. I hope some of those people come to the talk. I'll be reading more comments and telling them about the upcoming talk. I'm going to ask Nick T to get a reporter. We're going to have a good crowd. I put flyers everywhere. It's all on social media, just like really promoting this talk, right? Like they really want people to see it. They changed their mind. I was now allowed to videotape, but yeah, so I showed up all excited thinking score, right? Well, this is really good news. Set up my equipment. My friend and I went separately, and I was running a little late, had to stop for gas, went in, got set up. Took a minute to get set up. You know, it's not like I just like walked in the door, but they waited till after I was already set up, camera turned off and everything put away, but, you know, ready to just hit the button. And came up and Celia said something like, oh, I want to thank you so much for bringing all this equipment tonight, but we won't be needing it. I'm like, huh? Oh, well, yeah, we're having the meeting videotaped already. Like, so what does that mean? Did you not send me an email saying I could record? Oh, come on, Annette. Didn't we have this exchange? Like, and she was acting like she didn't. Oh, last I heard, you didn't know that you could appear. And so finally I looked at her, I'm like, bullshit, dude. This is personal. So what's up? Well, we won't be needing your services. The Kitsap Environmental Group will be recording it, and, you know, they have permission, and, like, okay. Oh, and then they're like, oh, well, you know, and then you end up putting it on your website, which is total bullshit. Nothing has ever been on the website until now. Because obviously that's an issue, and if that's an issue, I want to know why and why they want to suppress that information. And it's all very simple, really. Anyone who has half a brain knows all activist groups are controlled by the people you think you're fighting against. I don't want to frickin' repeat myself over and over again. But, and I wasn't there, you know, I didn't go to the events. I wasn't on the street. yelling at people or holding Green New Deal signs up, because that's what it really is all about. You have to pick a side. You can't just like care about the environment, care about people, animals, water supplies, food harvest being poisoned. No, you can't just care about that. You have to vote for Democrats, all of them, period, end of story. You have to push your legislator to vote for the Green Deal, period, end of story. Don't. And there's been so many times I asked in that group, dude, like, do you even know what's in it? Have any of you even read it? I always get ignored, like totally ignored. But that's all the group really is about, although they have promoted radical activism with the clandestine rebel clown army, which, yeah, it sounds good on paper, but for some of us who have actually dealt with them, or maybe not necessarily them, but offshoot groups, you know, there's a video called How Activism Killed Me. So there you go. And, you know, there's a lot of push for like democracy schools, send us money for our legal defense fund, this and that, get the word out, but here I am, ready to get the word out, but somehow, for some reason, that's not allowed. Are they mad about the fire video? Is somebody trying to control the information? They did say that nobody's allowed to tape anything other than the speaker, meaning no questions, no anything. Is it me personally, just because it's me and I'm just that special? Or what? What are they threatened by? Why do they not want people to know this information? Why do you have to belong to their group and, you know, show up at meetings and not ask questions, really? I mean, none of them are asking questions. It's like, go fucking Greta. Go Greta. And stupid things like that people aren't... Dude, you know what? When I see that, I'm not looking at somebody who's going to save the world. I'm looking at an abused child. What the fuck are you looking at, dude? 14-year-olds promoting that kind of fear-mongering in that kind of terror? Like, really? Why would anybody even let their child even think that we're going to just die any minute? Really? Hello? Okay, but whatever. I'm the crazy one. I should just be like, oh, she's going to save us. And so I just need to get my politicians to fucking vote for what? More 5G, more frickin' Venus Project type cities, more places being torn down, more Paradise Californias, more directed energy weapons, more smart meter, more fucking control, more laws, no more air travel, like really all in the name of the environment. Like, how come they aren't limiting them? Like, if it was about the environment, then all we have to do is stop fucking polluting it, right? That's big corporations, that's warmongers and politicians that you support. Their investments, right? Go look at your favorite politicians and who they invest in. Yeah? Okay, there's a reason none of this is going to end, and the only solution, the political solution you're allowed, is to limit you. Period. End of story. Don't step out of line. You know, it was that way before in every activist movement. Like, you have to pick a side. If you pick a side, you're safe. You're fine. But if you don't pick a side, you're completely ostracized. You're belittled. You're, like, made completely insignificant. Now, why? And I do want to say this, just like I think last week, Beverly Eekman, agent provocateur, she talks about change agents, agitators, facilitators. Learn their method. See how it works, especially if you do still believe that activism is real and not controlled and that you can make a difference. Because if you want to make a difference, there are ways to make a difference, but it's not through these groups. Find out what they're doing, how they're doing it, who the key players are, protect yourself, and go find your own radical activism. And not only that, dude, be the change. Like, these idiots drive through the drive-thru. They support the corporations that they're freaking railing against, at the meetings. Rah, rah, rah. Go team, go. We need more money to support our legal defense fund. Fuck you, man. Dude, let me say something. Like, I've been in that group since it started 2 years ago. 90% of everything I've shared in there has been completely ignored. Even when I've offered to use my show and other platforms or written articles, included their stuff, the things that they said they want, never even a thank you, never an acknowledgement, never a mention. I've offered them my photos to use for their no comment, nothing, zero, zilch. So what do they really want? That's up for you to decide. Peace.